A great cathedral is never built in a day. It starts with a strong foundation, is carefully constructed brick by brick, and is designed to stand long after its builders are gone. Our next speaker's journey reflects a similar philosophy. He is a chartered accountant by profession and a respected entrepreneur and financial advisor who has successfully built a lasting institution in the wealth management space. As the founder of Shree Sidvin Financial Services, Mr. Srinivasan has dedicated decades to helping clients achieve their financial goals while creating a business founded on trust, professionalism, and long-term relationships. His journey offers valuable lessons for advisors aspiring to build organizations that endure beyond individual leadership. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Srinivasan as he speaks on From Advisor to Institution, Creating a Business That Outlives You. Let's have a big round of applause, everybody. More energy this time.
To welcome Mr. Srinivasan, we have Mr. Ramachandra and Mr. Philip Cherian from Kerala Association.
Thank you very much.
Full team has come. Bouncers, they are going to also invite all of us to Kerala for their association meeting.
One second, I'll just leave it here. I need my guidance. Good afternoon, friends. First of all, sincere thanks to IFPA, Mr. Ramakrishnan, Mr. Sundar, Mr. Vishal, for everybody to help me to come here. நானும் உங்களில் ஒருத்தன் தான். கொஞ்சம் வயசு ஜாஸ்தியாக இருக்குது, கொஞ்ச நாள் ஜாஸ்தி இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் இருந்திருக்கேன், அவ்வளோதானே தவிர தெர் இஸ் நத்திங் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் பிட்வீன் மீ அண்ட் யூ. அண்ட் ஐ நோ நீங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் யூ கேன் அச்சீவ் மோர் தென் மீ. I have a lot of people whom I look up to here. So it's a honor for me to be here. இங்கே இருந்து உங்கள் எல்லாருக்கும் என்னுடைய ஜேர்னி, ஏன்னா எனக்கு கிளியராக இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காரு மிஸ்டர் சுந்தர், என்ன பேசணும் என்ன சொல்லணும் அப்படிங்கிறது. ஸோ ஐ வில் ட்ரை அண்ட் ஃபாலோ தட். என்ன பண்ண முடியும் அப்படிங்கிறதுல ஒரே ஒரு டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் என்ன அப்படின்னா, நான் கொஞ்சம் முன்னாடி ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணேன். 32 இயர்ஸ் ஆகிருக்கு இந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரியில் வந்து. ஸோ and that's a pretty long time. So அந்த ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜ் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு ஐ வுட் லைக் டு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் வாட் நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ணோம், நாங்கள் என்ன பண்ண போகிறோம், அதை வச்சு உங்களுக்கும் ஐடியா கொடுக்கலாம் அப்படிங்கிற ஒரே பாயிண்ட்டுக்கு தான் நான் கொண்டாடலாம் அப்படின்னு இருக்கேன். ஸோ எது வேணுனாலும் எப்போ வேணுனாலும் யூ கேன் டெஃபினெட்லி ஸ்டாப் மீ, இட்ஸ் நாட் அ ப்ராப்ளம். இந்த ஒரு ப்ரெசன்டேஷன் நாங்கள் ஷேர் பண்ணியிருக்கோம், இட் வில் கம் டு யூ ஆல். ஸோ நான் சொல்கிறத மாத்திரம் கொஞ்சம் கேட்டுக்கோங்க போர். ஓகே, இப்போதைக்கு மார்க்கெட்டு வென் யூ ஆர் லுக்கிங் அட் த மார்க்கெட், 32 வருஷம் சொல்லும்போது எல்லாத்தையும் பார்த்தாச்சு. மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்டாக என்னென்னு தெரியாதவங்க கிட்டேருந்து, மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்டாக என்னென்னு தெரிஞ்சதுலேருந்து, இப்போ டைரக்ட் ஈக்விட்டினா என்னதுலேருந்து, கிளாட்டில் போட்டு மியூச்சுவல் ஃபண்டாக என்னென்ன வர்ற எக்ஸ்ப்ளனேஷனுக்கு நம்ம ஆன்சர் கொடுக்கணும் அப்படிங்கிற அளவுக்கு நம்ம வந்தாச்சு. ஸோ வாட் இஸ் த டேர்னிங் பாயிண்ட் இன்னைக்கு தேதிக்கு கம்பேர்ட் டு வாட் வி ஹவ் ஸ்டார்டட்? தட் இஸ் த ஃபஸ்ட் ஒன் ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வாண்டட் டு எக்ஸ்பிளைன். நாங்கள் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது மார்க்கெட்டு ஈக்விட்டி ஷேர் அப்படின்னாலே எல்லாருக்கும் பயம், யாருக்குமே வந்து அதில் சந்தோஷம் கிடையாது. அப்பா வேண்டான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, தாத்தா வேண்டான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, பாட்டி வேண்டான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் லெவல் அப்படிங்கிறதே வந்து யாருக்குமே இல்லாமல் இருந்தது. இன்றைக்கி அந்த ஒரு பயம் கிடையாது. தட் இஸ் த பிக்கஸ்ட் அசெட் கரண்ட்லி வாட் வி ஹேவ் இன் த மார்க்கெட். ஏன் அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, வென் யூ ஆர் லுக்கிங் அட் த அசெட் கிளாஸஸ், த பெஸ்ட் ரிட்டர்ன் அப்படின்னு பார்க்கும்போது லாங் டேர்மில் ஈக்விட்டி தான் கொடுக்கும். பட் அதை வந்து நீங்கள் கிளைண்ட்டுக்கு கன்வின்ஸ் பண்ணுறதுங்கிறதே ரொம்ப ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். இப்போ வந்து அந்த ஒரு பெரிய அட்வான்டேஜ் இருக்குது. அந்த ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜை நீங்கள் எவ்வளவுக்கு எவ்வளவு யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறீங்களோ அவ்வளவுக்கு எவ்வளவு உங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி, உங்களுக்கு நல்ல வசதியாக இருக்கும். அதை வந்து நீங்கள் மிஸ் பண்ணாமல் பாருங்கள். ஏன் அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, அந்த ஒரு அட்வான்டேஜ் வந்து உங்களுக்கும் உங்களுடைய பிஸ்னஸுக்கும் பெரிய டிஃபரன்ஸை கொடுக்கும். ஃபஸ்ட்டு அந்த கான்ஃபிடென்ஸு உங்களுக்கு வேணும். உங்களுக்கு இருக்கா அப்படிங்கிறது எனக்கு தெரியாது. இல்லை அப்படின்னா அது மாத்திரம் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. லாங் டேர்மில் ஈக்விட்டி வில் பி த பெஸ்ட் அசெட் கிளாஸ்னு உங்களுக்கு கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் வந்தால் கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் உங்கள் கிளைண்ட்ஸுக்கு அதை கொடுக்க முடியும். த செகண்ட் சேஞ்ச் இன்றைக்கி வரப்போகிறது என்ன அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா கம்ப்ளையன்சஸ். How many of you are there in the industry for more than 10 years? Okay. Is the industry is the same like what it was 10 years back? Okay. How many of you were there for more than 20 years? Good number. How did you see 10 years back and 20 years back? How many of you are there for last 5 years? Good. And how many intend to stay for next 5-10 years? I can tell you the next 5 years and next 10 years industry is definitely going to be different from here. Okay? Unless and until you adapt to the compliances, it is not going to accept you as an industry person at all. How many of you have heard of DPDP Act? One. In 3 to 4 months, all of you will be talking only about DPDP Act. The mandate, the requirement, the client, everything is going to change on that. So why I am telling you is the compliance is going to play a much, much bigger role than anything what we are talking about in this kind of market. So please understand, please adopt. The biggest advantage of an association like this is they can take pain, they can arrange meetings, they can train you in the compliances, because compliance going ahead is going to be extremely important. And please don't misread, please don't take it for granted. The compliance in the future is going to be the business. And the third one which I am talking now is democratized information. When we started, நாங்கெல்லாம் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணும்போது எந்த ஒரு இன்ஃபர்மேஷனுமே கிடையாது. எங்களுடைய பெரிய அட்வான்டேஜே இன்ஃபர்மேஷன் தான். நான் சொல்கிறது புரியுது எல்லாருக்கும்? என்ன புரியுது? எந்த கிளைண்ட் வந்தாலும் எங்களுக்கு கிளைண்ட்டை விட ஜாஸ்தி தெரியும். இன்னைக்கு அந்த தைரியம் இருக்கா உங்களுக்கு? Can you say today that I know more than the client? So what you should do for that? Pardon? Very, very good. So you should get equipped. You should have a knowledge more than the client. You should proceed at every stage that you know more than the client. Can you show that? இப்போ இன்ஃபர்மேஷனே இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும்போது நீங்கள் என்ன, which is going to be your strength for managing the client's money or managing the clients? Very good. Then very good. Both of them are one and the same, right? Behavior and trust. Or is it different? Pardon? Okay. Then value. Okay. See, the biggest advantage for you is going to be the behavioral finance. I don't know how many of you are understanding. We are now going to move in from the numbers. We are now have to move out of the data, because you cannot outbid a client only on the data. You give all the information, he will go to put it in a ChatGPT. The ChatGPT will give a different opinion about what you said. He will come and confront you. Sir, what நீங்க சொன்னது தப்பு, இதெல்லாம் இப்படி இருக்கு. Can you say that I know more than ChatGPT? You can't. ஸோ அப்போ என்னாகும், நீங்கள் திருப்பி அதுக்காக சேஞ்ச் பண்ணி வேறு கொடுப்பீங்க. He will now go and take it to Claude. Yes or no? So what is that you are planning to do to beat all of that? And why this is happening most of the time? If a client trusts you totally, if a client trusts your behavior, personality, and what you are looking at the behavioral finance side, then do you think he will go and check you again? Yeah, I just want to know. So basically what is going to happen is, if you are going to look at the data, if you are going to look at the social influencer, you cannot counter them. You cannot keep fighting a client saying, I am better. So the best solution for that will be change your business mindset from a transaction to relationship. Possible? Not possible? Okay? So why it is important to have a relationship than a transaction? Anybody can tell me? Okay. See, now what will happen in lot of this kind of business model is that you are going to face technological problems and as well as data of information. Now, to avoid, or you cannot manage these two if you are going to face directly that I am going to face my technology, I am going to face my AI, I am not going to manage this kind of a thing in only with the data. I am going to say that I know you personally. Can anybody, any institution, any ChatGPT claim that they know the person who is coming to ask the questions, know personally? No. The only person who knows the client totally is you. Am I right? So your strength is the relationship. Your strength is the ability to understand his goals. Your strength is you have to tell him that what I am doing is completely personalization of your model. Because every institution which is going to come is going to look at predominantly increasing by the scale, not by relationship, not by emotional, not by value. It is going to be done only by you. So the value of an advisor is no longer access to information. It is the interpretation, trust, and behavior management. Any doubt in these two? I'm just trying to make it a little simple in this because I want to go to the next one. How I survived 32 years is the question that was asked to me. The very simple answer, radical flexibility. In fact, I am here thanks to Mr. Ramakrishnan, Ramki, and 12-14 years back when he heard my presentation, that presentation was a completely different topic, different subject, different knowledge level, and today I am no more connected that as a business. I suffered enough problems, I came out of that particular problem, I managed it well, and I came out of that problem. So the flexibility is going to be very, very different for you. You have to understand what you are doing. You have to understand what is the risk on that, what you are doing. You have to share the risk in advance to the client. Am I making sense? You are suggesting a product, you are suggesting a fund, you are suggesting something to invest for a client. When you are suggesting it to the client, how are you suggesting is going to make a difference to him? If you explain why, if you give the rationalization of why, if you explain to him, this is the reason I am suggesting you this particular fund, this particular product, this particular asset, and these are the advantages, these are the disadvantages, you educate him enough. It is not possible that all your fund selection, all your product selection, all your investment options will always be right. Yes or no? But then when you make him as a partner in the decision-making process, when the decision goes wrong, he is also equally responsible. The statement we tell a client when he comes first to us is basically, simply we tell them that the decision-making responsibility is yours. My job is to prepare you for the decision. Correcta? Tappa? See, the biggest thing is, if you explain to him everything, and you also explain the risk, you also explain the reason, then when that pillar of the decision changes, you are very easily able to explain to him, this is what we thought, this is why we have taken, and this is the mistake it has happened, so we are changing. He will not find fault with you. There is a process, he will understand, and he will go with the process. So please understand, anytime, anywhere, anything what you do, that is extremely important for you to adopt and do that. See, let's put it very simple. According to me, everyone is talking about financial literacy. Am I right? There is a great efforts going on by the government, institutions, AMCs, even associations like that in financial literacy. In my personal experience, financial literacy alone will not work. Can you tell me why? Simple. Any other reason? What do we do in financial literacy? What do we do in financial literacy? We explain the purposes, we explain the data, we explain everything about numbers. Tell me how many of your clients do take decision only based on data? Majority of the time, a client's decision comes with emotions around money. We need to understand. I don't know how many institutions are there today, but when we started earlier, 15 years back, there was also, along with the CFP, we were all certified financial planners, but after CFP, we had a course called life planning. Have you heard of life planning? How many of you heard life planning? 2, 3, 4. See, have you found out that whenever you are giving some suggestion to a client, you are 100% sure it is essential for the client, but still the client is not willing to take that order? Have you realized why? The life planning allows you to get into his shoes, understand his psychological factors, why he is doing that, and go and address that particular problem. If you can do that, you will be extremely successful, because that is where one of the recent studies of Morgan or JP Morgan said 95% of the time, unconscious mind only takes decision about money, not the conscious mind. So please understand, you do this kind of a psychological, behavioral, natural understanding of a client, you will be extremely successful. The second thing, everything is coming from there only. Like you have to build a relationship, you have to build a trust, because all the subject what I am going to do is interlinked. So there will be a lot of repetition. But the way we have survived, the way we understood, the way we have grown is only by creating a relationship, trust, and going into the client totally. In fact, 30 years back, we created a motto for our company, mission statement: reliable, rewarding relationships. And this helps even today for us. In fact, on the first meeting, we will also tell the client that unless and until it is mutually beneficial, the relationship will not sustain. So the client cannot come and say how much you are earning, how much I am earning, what is going to be the extent possible of the money. All of that you try and avoid. You just build a trust, you build a relationship, look at him. And there is one more in this which we have not mentioned, I can tell you, because I was hearing from the previous speaker and the speaker before that. Please don't follow the social media yourself. If the whole world is talking about global investment, then if you go and tell the client, podunga international fund poduvom, global poduvomna, then he will think you are not thinking yourself. When the whole world is talking about gold and silver, you also don't get into that same recommendation. What is the solution? You should be much ahead of it. You should do a diversification. You should identify his goals. If a gold or a silver or an international deserves a role in the folio, you should be the authority to decide and give, not the social media, not the complete market, not the AMCs. They should not come and tell you, give this product to a client. This is extremely important. You should don't go by the rage. You should don't wait for the market to tell you what is to be done. And you don't allow any time a client to dictate the terms. Further, the most important aspect is you can't have superficial knowledge. Am I making sense? What is superficial knowledge? You should know what you are doing. You should have complete, thorough understanding, knowledge, and capacity in whatever you are doing. Then only you can manage it. My story I can keep telling for days together, but I'm just trying to skip it further. If I am starting today, what I am going to do? If I start today, what will be the difference I will bring? The one mistake I did in the first 10 years of my career, I have not concentrated on my SIP book. Why SIP book is important? Can you tell me? Stability. Okay. Growth. Okay. Good. But previously we looked at a relationship and trust. SIP is one product that gives you a continuous relationship with the client. Am I right or wrong? Okay, because if you are only looking at an individual single investment and all, it will not be there. It will not be there. On a SIP book, you have a consistency, you have a regular investment coming into you. There are a lot of other advantages which I don't want to tell in a recording place. Then the last but not the least, this is going to be the foundation of the relationship. But can anything be done differently? In our office, we have a system. We give SIPs only for 12 months. You know why? Great. The client has to come and meet us at the end of 12 months, then only his SIP will be renewed. If he doesn't come, his SIP will not be renewed. Now, can you take a stand like this? Tell me, it is whose money you are investing? Who should have more interest than you? Are you in a position to enforce that on the client? Why not? Why not? We tell them very clearly, it is your hard-earned money. Unless and until you put 50% efforts, we will not put 50% efforts, and then the entire investment plan will fail. I have one advantage, I don't know how many of you are following. We don't do blind investment. We do only a planning and goal-based investment. And wherever essential, if we see the client is not willing to cooperate, we send a different kind of a statement where it will not show SIP returns. It will show the deficiency required to achieve the goal. நான் சொல்றது புரியுதா? இப்போ மேரேஜுக்கு if he decided that he needs 1 crore for education and if he had invested 10 lakhs, the statement will show that you have so far got 10 lakhs, the balance you have to invest to your goal is 90 lakhs. Then what happens, you tell me? His entire mind is taken away from the returns. The biggest bugbear you are going to have with a client in one year the market is not doing well, 2 years market is not doing well, is nothing but his ability to take the requirement from the return and to the goal. In fact, we have an extremely standard statement. We share it with the client on the very first day. In the next 5 years or 10 years, if the market is not doing well, you are really lucky. Can you tell me why? When do you want the market to do well? When I need the money back, not when I'm investing. Your accumulation cost should be as low as possible. You ask him if he is coming from a real estate mindset, if he is coming from a gold mindset, because if women normally look at a gold, you ask, would you like to buy a gold at 5,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees? What is the answer you will get? What is the value you want to pay for a real estate? 1 crore or 2 crore? Then when it comes to equity, why you want to pay more? At the time of investment, if the markets is not doing well, it is actually lucky for you. You know the goal, you know the period for which you are saving. It is going to be 10 years away, 12 years away, 18 years away. So his requirement is not today. His requirement is tomorrow. So what is his worry? When he wants money, the market should not fall. Am I right? Not till then. So what is the confidence level you give him? We tell 2 years before your goal, we will move out of equity. Solve his problem with equity? Because his worry is when he wants money, the market should not fall. Instead, you give him that you accumulate as much as possible. Don't bother about the market. Just game only on the goals. And then look how it is going to work out. 2 years before your goal, we will take it out. The biggest chapter I have not finished at all. Okay, this particular one I will skip it again. I will go for this particular one again. This is what I have been called for. My advantage today in India, everywhere they are calling me, is because I am one of the few companies which has established my succession very well. What is meant by succession? I started my company 32 years before along with another friend who is my partner now for 32 years. And today, my son and his daughter have joined us in the business and they are managing it much better than us for the last 5 years. What is the biggest requirement for bringing your children into the business? According to me, is your confidence level in the business. If you are not confident on your business, will you be able to convince your children? And if you are not confident and if you are not able to convince, can the children will be ready to come? See, I can tell you very, very simply, very important aspect. I have a good team, I have a good set of people, people know everything and people have been aware of everything. But when it came to the succession plan and when my children came, the way my clients reacted was something different. They realized that my company will survive beyond me. They realized my business do much better than future. In fact, this is the most important aspect. I want all of you to look at it. Am I clear in that? That is the best client retention strategy for you. And that also gives you a lot more confidence. Today, what my other employees or my other colleagues could not do, our children have done. They changed the face of the company. They changed the business model. I am today spending at least 100 times on technology more than what I was doing it myself. I was not doing it. I was not willing to do it. But then the colleagues were not that authoritative to tell me change. Today it is happening. My biggest problem before my children came, I could not meet with the younger generation because for them, I am one of their old uncle. I am one of their old uncle. But today, when their children come, I am making our children to interact, so they understand it well, they do well. And the guys who are retiring today are also confident because our firm will be there for next 30 years to manage their money. My experience is retirement planning is the best way to retain a client and get the biggest AEM. We are missing that particular portion. There are exclusive retirement planning consultants available in the world. Today it is not there in India. It may come in the future. But this, getting children, getting the succession plan right, getting the business model right is extremely important for everyone. And the last one, which is again important, I may take 2 more minutes. The question asked to me is, how do people grow? See, today we were earlier 10 crores, 50 crores, 100 crores, 200 crores. Today as a AEM, between both the companies, we manage 1,800 crores. But please remember, I don't have HNIs. I have only retail and 100% retail. And whatever HNIs we have, I can proudly say we made them HNIs. In that case, the question that was asked to me is just tell what is that essential. The biggest bugbear I found with a lot of my colleagues is once they get 100 crores, 150 crores, they become content. They are not willing to increase more. Neither their knowledge, nor the technology, nor the business, nothing they are ready to do. They are content with the business. So there is a book called Good to Great. If you can, anybody are interested, just buy that book and read. It will show you how you have to change your mindset. The second thing is stagnant knowledge and technology. Because how many of us are improving the technology? How many of us who are there in the business for 20 years have gone to high technology, mobile app, all of that model? We are not doing because I had a mindset that I will not give a mobile app to my client because I have given them a long-term investment. They should not be looking at their investment daily. No, I was convinced saying you remove the execution from the application but give the information. You cannot say, I will not give you, because the current generation wants all the information on their fingertip. So there is a change in the thought process. And the last one, this is the biggest bugbear for not able to grow. You can't grow alone. You need a team. And that team has to remain with you. What is the biggest worry for getting a team? He will take my clients and go out. Yes or no? 2, we are not willing to pay for the person who is joining us. You know how much business he is contributing. You do a liberal income sharing with all the newcomers who are coming, not the first day, not the second day, not the second year. Tell them that first 4 years you have to work with me. After that, I will give you incentives, I will give you businesses, I will give extra money. Show 1 or 2 people, so others will fall on the line, and that is the only way the good talent can be acquired by us. Please understand, we will not get good quality people. People who are rejected at every level only will come to us. So you have to live with that. You want a talent, you pay for the talent. That is extremely important. These 3 factors are essential to change your business model. And if you think you want to go in further, except this, you don't have a solution. In fact, I have one gut feeling. I don't want to tell that, but I'm telling you. I have a feeling that in the last 10, 20 years, we had a very good, nice run in our business. It's not going to be the same in the future. I can tell you this. In fact, I tell my clients a different reason also. We had a better life than our parents. And there is a biggest feeling I'm coming. We had a better life than our children. They are going to struggle. So if you want to ensure the future, if you want to ensure everything has to remain with you, please do some of this process. Hallmarks of an enduring institution. If you have all of that, you will automatically convert into an institution. It should not be an independent person's decision. It should be a process. In our office, we have completely built a process. When a client comes, we do a risk profiling. After the risk profiling, we have an idea to tell how much allocation to go to each category. Large cap, mid cap, flexi cap, how much of that has to go for each of the category. After we finalize that, we also have a process that no single AMC can take more than 10% of client share. Because if the AMC is not doing well, you will suffer. What I'm trying to tell you is, then we make out a list of all the AMCs we deal with, and we decide which funds are doing well, then we mix and match, and that entire data, entire process, entire information is shared with the client. It's not only in our office. We explain everything, we give them that in writing. Therefore, when every time he comes again, he knows the process. It is easier for us to scale him up. It is easier for us to punch him, tell him what he wants. So the processes, not personalities. Teams, not individuals. Clients across generations. Today we have 4 generations of clients. How am I getting 4th generation? Very simple. When a grandfather gets a granddaughter or a grandchild, they just wanted to give some gift to them. We have institutionalized a process. They will give the name of the child to us in advance with the bank account detail. We will do their investment as a mutual fund investment, prepare them a goal sheet, give it to them. On the naming ceremony, they will give that to the client. Simple. Everybody likes it because the grandparents know the value. The biggest drawback of this is me or my colleagues are not allowed, because in most of the naming ceremonies there is a contest. Guess the name of the child. We are prohibited from guessing because we know the detail well. So you can do all of this. It's nothing difficult. You know, these are things we are doing at home every day. Why can't you bring the practices? The last one, I'll just take 1 minute extra. We also look at it because the biggest problem for us is real estate. I tried real estate, it didn't work out, so we stopped. But then a lot of clients go for a real estate. How are you going to manage their control on real estate? Any idea? Anybody has worked on it? I just told you we have an annual review meeting. In that annual review meeting, the client has to come with all their assets. And whichever asset we are managing, we show the return. Whichever asset we are not managing, they have to find the return and come and show it to us. Simple, easy. Tell me how many times the real estate plots and flats and other things get appreciated more appreciation than equity? So who is telling him that this product is not working? He comes for 3 returns, 3 annual reviews with that kind of a return. 4th year when he comes, I see that real estate is not with him. He would have sold and given me the money. Simple. All of this can be converted. See, every hurdle what you are getting from a client, you just apply yourself, you will find a solution. I think I've done. Thank you. I'm sorry. I did tell that if I start, I can't stop. But this is my problem. Thank you.
Mr. Srinivasan. That was really enlightening and great.
Oh, thank you.
So I call upon Mr. Venkatesan to give a memento. Please come to the center, sir. Center of this.
I didn't know 40 minutes is done by then. Thank you.
Sorry.